Good morning. The sun is rising and beating through my window this morning. Gonna go over real quick just a tip on how I use the StocksToTrade Twitter screener to isolate low float stocks that, pump is a strong term, but low float stocks that are getting, talked about and pushed on Twitter. So one of the nice things about, especially pre-market, like I said, the sun's just coming up. It's a little, almost 8 a.m. Starting about 7 a.m., I will start running the Twitter screener. I actually leave it running all day, but I pay particular focus to it early because, that the 7, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. window going into the day is when you'll see a lot of these low float stocks start getting chattered about, and you'll see guys offering crazy price targets, bringing up press releases from a year ago, all of this stuff, but doesn't mean that they're not tradable events and tradable stocks. All these low float stocks need lately is some sort of catalyst, and they will move. So how do I do that? I go to the custom Twitter screener in StocksToTrade. I'll pop that out. Then, the thing is, you can see there's just everything coming in. What I want to do, because I don't really care about BABA, or any of these other higher price stocks, especially pre-market, I want to see low float stocks. So for me, the number changes a little bit for everybody, but for me, low float is less than 10 million. So I'll put in float 10 million on the upper side, and then I don't also want to see any stocks that are just getting talked about that aren't quote-unquote awake yet. Doesn't do me any good if 1,000 Twitter pumpers are talking about a stock with no volume and no movement. So I could go by volume, which I will do if I get a lot of matches. Normally, I just want to see 5% up on the day. So lower end range of 5%. So anything with less than 10 million float that's up 5% on the day will be filtered. Now, right now, I got nothing. You can see, boom, MYOS just came in. So let's take a look at MYOS. Sure enough, up 8%, hardly any volume yet. I mean, 400 shares, but I'm just showing the idea behind it in pre-market. So as I run this through the day, every time a stock with, low float, MYOS 1.2 million, it's up 8% on one print. Again, obviously, this is just an example. But as we get closer and closer to the open, especially after 8 a.m., you can see I'm recording this at 7:58 a.m. You'll see more and more of these come in. So boom, instantly, it's low float. It's moving already. Personally, I don't trade stocks that aren't awake, that aren't moving yet. So you'll see as you run this, 8 a.m., into 9 a.m., into the open, it'll get really active, and you'll see all of the lower float stocks that are getting chatted about a lot on Twitter. And then the nice thing with the scan is you can just click, go straight to the tweet. You can see how, a lot of it you'll have to bring in some human intelligence. It's not all just machine intelligence. And kind of gauge, I'll look for number of mentions too. So again, if it's a low flow ticker and a lot of guys are mentioning it, I get more interested. I also know guys that you'll have big followings and and have more of a likelihood of actually moving a stock. So if I know a guy with a big following that moves low float stocks, again, shows up my scan, I'm interested. So just a little tip, guys, I run it every pre-market. I really focus on it, pop it out in a window, watch it all day, but again, real focus early. So thanks a lot and have a great day.